Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sqee Coldmoney. Today we just got a quick gameplay on Garrison for you. A team deathmatch with, ironically, I haven't probably played in 8 months. It was just to get this gameplay. And speak of the devil, I haven't played solo COD. God, I don't know if it's been even in this life cycle of this game. That used to be my bread and butter. I was not really a squad player back in the day. I'd play just by myself, really. Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1, those types of days. If I'm not doing split screen with a buddy. And, you know, I used to kick ass. And, I've been playing COD for so long that I'm decently good at it and good enough nowadays where the SBMM just whips me into shape. I mean, that's the reason I don't play solo COD anymore. It's unplayable for myself just because of how high of a skill gap I get put in. It's it's just not fun. So that's why basically every gameplay I put out here, it's me and Sqee Squad playing together, because we have our mix of good and bad and, ups and downs, so it balances out the SBMM all right. But playing solo is just horrific, especially, I preferred free for all, and just horrible. But anyways, we'll get into it. I just really want to do a little recap of Cold War. I mean, it's coming to its end of its life cycle. Um, God, it's hard to say how I feel about this game. I feel like I got a 70 on my exam with this. And what I mean by that is I'm not completely upset. I didn't fail, but I didn't put the time in and I didn't get that A. Basically, if that makes sense. I mean, if Treyarch put the extra time and focus and love into this game, it could have been top 3 CODs of all time. I mean, the time to kill's there, the gunplay's there, creative maps are there. It's there. It's just with the SBMM and the lack of motivation to play. There's nothing really after dark matter. No incentive really to keep playing. But it was just so close to being perfect. But honestly, besides that, I've really been enjoying Cold War lately. Ever since they added Demolition in and a few more remake maps. Was it Standoff, Slums, um, Zoo? Yeah. I don't know. Ever since they've added those in with Demolition, I've really been enjoying it. We've been playing a decent amount, honestly. Uh, it it feels a little more complete now. Honestly, enough where it's my favorite point of the game so far, besides launch, is right now. And what upsets me is knowing that they're not going to support this game going into next year. I could already tell, Modern Warfare 2019, they keep updating. They've been doing it for 2 years now, but that's just because the sales were so good on that game and it was so popular that they know they can keep squeezing money out of it. Cold War, on the other hand, it's kind of been dead for a few months. It wasn't the biggest game. It wasn't loved by everyone. It's more of an arcadey one, which obviously I like for the old CODs, but we brought in a lot of new people with MW 2019. So unfortunately, I could just already tell they're definitely not going to keep supporting this game. Would I love to see that? Yeah. I mean, I'd love to see some more remakes. Maybe what do they call that when they do the Chronicles for Zombies? That'd be awesome if they put that in this. But let's be realistic. Treyarch's doing Zombies next year in Vanguard, so that means they're going to put that in that, and make the money there, make people buy that game. Um, but yeah, I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, I'd love to see support because I have a feeling I'm still going to be playing this COD next year. Vanguard is not my cup of tea. Either was Modern Warfare 2019. Not not my cup of tea. I like the arcadey feel to it, not the realistic. I hate the time to kill in those games. The Vanguard beta was ridiculous. You literally get killed in 2 bullets. You couldn't even put up a fight. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked here. But yeah, Cold War. It definitely had its ups and downs. I really enjoyed the first month of this game, just like any COD, really. That honeymoon phase. It was really fun. I mean, the maps were lacking, but besides that, the gunplay was awesome. Getting the kill streaks back, um, the mini map back, it just felt like a good back to the roots COD. But it wasn't before long that this game got pretty stale. They did not give this game enough content on its launch, which made it go bad in about a month. And then after that, the first few seasons, in my opinion, were pretty weak, at least when it came to maps. They were putting in new maps like Pines and Miami Strike and Apocalypse. Nothing really that great. It just really wasn't until recently, I'd say season 5 and season 6. Oh, what am I talking about? Season 6 hasn't even started yet. Season 4 and 5, I'd say, when they started adding in the Black Ops 2 remakes for the most part, that's when it really caught my attention again. I'm sure I'm not the only one. I mean, playing standoff in slums again is awesome, even with the SBMM. But yeah, I don't know. It ever since they added demolition, that's just a big throwback to Black Ops 1 for me. I mean, personally, I haven't played it since Black Ops 1. I know think they had it in maybe Black Ops 3 and 4, but it's just a throwback feeling, especially when you have a full team on and you can coordinate like that. We're sweaty at the Sqee squad. We play like we're S&D players for the most part, so we're calling out, we're team wiping, and we get sweaty on it. Geez, speaking of sweaty, may I say, fall time is here now, and it's freezing, and this is not the time to game for me. My hands are so cold on that controller, it's so hard to aim. I'd much rather have this sweaty summer day where I'm slipping on that controller. But anyways, yeah, I think Cold War, it really had the ups and downs. Now, my favorite part besides the maps they added in for the remakes definitely had to be the guns in this game. Now, as you could see in this video right here, I'm using the Marshalls. Cheesy, yeah, but it brings the fun out in the game for me because there isn't much there besides that. I mean, the crossbow is probably my favorite gun and probably what I'm best at in this game. Um, and that's just, one-shot kill. Obviously, it's tough to use, but once you master it, awesome. We have the Marshalls here. This is the new cheesiest weapon. They added in the ballistic knife. They had all those fun special melee weapons. I don't know. It's really just the special and odd little secondaries in this game that really kept me going. You could see in this gameplay, I probably used the Tech 9 for 25% of the game and the Marshalls for the rest. It just doesn't compare. Obviously, yeah, because they're good and they're cheesy, but it's just a fun aspect. Like I feel like I'm sporting the what was it, the Model 18s in MW2? Maybe it was the other ones, but man, they're fun. If you haven't unlocked them yet, trust me, grind it out and get it dual wield. It is worth it, especially before they patch it. I mean, they might have already. The distance seems like it had a little bit of a drop off, but it's worth it. Now, obviously, I've said a lot of good stuff for Cold War, but it doesn't go without its bads. I mean, worst part, obviously, is the lack of the development team even doing anything, communicating with us, anything. As one of my favorite YouTubers, BT says, Desert Dave, David Vonderhaar, literally is just always on vacation, just never working. They just have like a lack of inspiration over there. They need a kick in the butt somehow. I don't know if maybe having a year off would help them. Maybe they're just working nonstop, like, doing zombies next year and then their own game the year after that. Maybe they just need a nice break. Maybe they need to switch up the team and hire some new people, some creative people who actually play the game. Yeah, it's just crystal clear. Like, there's no lack of support. There's no communication with the community. Clearly, they don't play their own game and play test like half the shit because there's so many bugs and sometimes the map designs just make you scratch your head. It's a little ridiculous at times, and that's what I'll give Sledgehammer props over Treyarch. Even, if I'm not going to like Vanguard that much, I know that they at least communicate. Like, I mean, just look at the beta, for example. They're reaching out and actually talking with YouTubers, discussing what bugs need to be fixed and what feels unbalanced. Um, you know, Nothing we should be surprised about. Like that should be a norm for, how the developers act. But within the past few years, it's pretty good to see. But besides that, I mean, again, Cold War really, it was just so close. Like it's like on the tip of your tongue. It was just so close to being a great game. The streaks were there for sure. I mean, that's another thing they kept adding in, and I did enjoy that. I'm not a big fan of the seasons, how they kind of update it slowly, bit by bit. I personally always liked having those DLC packs right then and there. You get your 4 maps, you get your zombies map, $15. I was completely fine with that since I grew up with it. But I did like how they slowly added in things like streaks too. This hand cannon is definitely my favorite streak in the game. It's a beast. I mean, obviously, it's just like the War Machine. If you get one shot off and then you die, the game's like, it's over for you. But you have those times where you can literally put every 10 bullets to use and get 10 piece with it, and monstrous. Strafe Run's pretty cool too. That was pretty menacing, especially the sound it makes when it drops in. But yeah, I don't know. I'm starting to like the season passes a little more. Just if they do it well enough. If they add important things in like streaks and guns and stuff like that, I don't really care about the stickers or the emblems. But all in all, again, I think Cold War was probably a good 7.5 out of 10. Like it was just so close to being great. Um, Obviously, I still see myself and maybe other Squee Squad members playing it next year. I'm not too hyped for Vanguard, but we'll see what happens. As always, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe. We got weekly videos every Friday. We'll see you on the next one.